Diamonds and Dice. You've seen the show before, or at least you're catching up on the YouTube, or maybe you guys are part of our Twitch family. Thank you guys very much. Want to make it a good thing and a big thing. Thanks for bearing with us in our strange new format as we see everybody's house and witness that Mandy doesn't have walls and I have an incredibly hipster bullshit apartment. And Josh looks like he's doing this out of his van.
I mean, my house is dirty, but there it is.
Your house is beautiful, Jonathan.
Would you like me to turn my light on?
No, I do not. I want it just like that.
I got this cool pictures that got me.
Oh, that's where you put it?
Yeah.
I'm
It
touched.
looks really cool at nighttime.
So,
flick it on, and it's dope.
Fuck yeah, you should do it at some point, and then you and Josh will match. So, with all that said and done, thanks for bearing with us through the COVID and the social isolation and everything. Wish everybody luck. So,
Sweet sauce.
Excuse me.
Buy my premium.
as far as the game is concerned, God damn it. All right. As far as the game is concerned, the God Slayers are separated in the Astral Sea. Zoth, the evil shadow goddess with Mickey. Jules, an old flame of Zelaria, is with Bartholomew. Zelaria and Edega are sealing the Astral Sea, and Bonham and Haley are fighting Bonham's old god Kraxor, who called his fellow demigods to him. Jules, taking Turth, Zoth, taking Mickey, and Zelaria following Edega, who was being the divine compass at the time, to the single section of space that Kraxor was at. Jules and Zoth, however, were through with Kraxor, who was sacrificing his followers to assume a final god form. The God Slayers, now brought together, fought and bested Kraxor, whose powers immediately went into Bonham, who said his sweet goodbyes. Now the God Slayers travel for home, in hopes of better tides. So, starting the game.
Hold on. We
Yeah.
got a long rest, right?
I'll give you a long rest. Enjoy it.
Oh boy.
Do we want a long
Enjoy.
rest, guys? If we gotta enjoy it.
I mean, now that you've taken a long rest, Josh, your new character was a doppelganger. Want to kill the whole party, right?
Hmm.
I think that's been done before.
Simpsons did it. So you guys wake
It's
up.
an old
the next...
encounter, but it checks out.
It still checks out. So when you guys wake up, you guys go up, or I imagine you guys get up a little bit early and go up. It's still on Skeleton Crew, and the first mate is just spinning the wheel, looks at you all, looks over at Edega, who says, "Hey, you got a knack for ships, don't you?
I thoroughly enjoy them, yes?
Why don't you come up here and try taking the helm for a second?"
Can I
Okay.
follow? Since
Can you what?
I want to follow up there.
Yeah.
with her. Just to
So
see how everything is, since I am proficient in sailing.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus because you are proficient in sailing.
As I go to take the wheel, my hands are just like shaking with excitement.
He says, "Calm down. It's like you have a weapon at your side. It's like a weapon. You grasp it firmly and you take command."
I got a mod.
Certainly grasp it.
I
You
take
take
a
a
deep
look.
breath and say, "You're right. This is easy."
I got a mod 20. I don't want to steer the ship. I just want to go up there and see how everything is working and all that. So
The Skeleton Crew is holding incredibly tight. Dindo keeps a tight ship. Despite the fact that he has a ridiculous name, it looks like his people respect him and respect the ship itself, which is a very important distinction. If you love a ship, it'll love you back.
yeah,
And this one does. So he steps back from the wheel and hands it to Edega, who takes a grasp of it. You immediately feel the marble handles on every single one of the spokes. And he says, "Go ahead, anywhere you want. Just give it a spin."
I'll slightly bank left.
you bank left and it coasts almost like there's a resistance, even though there's no actual shore. Like
Mhm.
the astral sea is a thing. You guys aren't on the
Mhm.
astral sea, the actual astral sea. You're in the astral sea, which is just like space. So you bank, and it sort of starts to corkscrew completely.
Oh. Okay.
The first mate smiles.
I'll
He's like,
level
"What?"
it back out.
You go ahead and it levels back out. He's like, "Why don't you take it for a real spin? Give it some hell. Do something fancy. If people fall overboard, we'll just turn around and catch them. It'll be okay."
Mm.
And then he'll yell, "Batten down the hatches. Newbie at the wheel."
I'll. Hmm. Can I make it go faster?
Mhm.
He says,
Like a face.
he says he'll yell in response to you saying it. He'll yell sails, and he'll open it up and take the it takes the astral waves and it'll fill almost like it's with air, and the ship will just kick straight.
All right. So now that we're at full speed, I'm gonna turn hard right to get it to go into a fast corkscrew.
Okay, go ahead and make me either a dexterity, land vehicles, or athletics check.
That's a nat 1.
Game
Okay.
over.
For a total of 9.
So have you ever been like in a canoe
Yes.
in charge, and you've been in charge of it, and you try out new shit, and then it's like, whoa, that's not what I thought it would do.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that. You try to turn it into a corkscrew, but instead it goes into like a downward corkscrew. The crew like is holding on tight, and the first mate's laughing. He's like, "It's good, but be more subtle. Be more subtle. Try it again. Get us out of this
Be
corkscrew.
careful.
You can do it,
All right. You want another check?
please."
That's a 21.
21. All of a sudden,
21?
it's like now that you understand how it works, you're able to correct it. You go into a perfect line, going back on course, and then a perfect corkscrew. It's a gentle corkscrew, and that's how the ship generally travels, is like that, unless the crew gets seasick, to which case it'll right itself. It's like in Star Trek, how like ships don't show up in like two different areas
Mm-hmm.
that are, because like the idea is they have like a lateral so that they don't show up and get disoriented. So ships will corkscrew until they come close to civilization or another ship, to which case they'll right with it. And you're able to corkscrew it perfectly. It's beautiful, it works out well, and it feels right underneath your hands. He says, "You're actually a natural. A mistake is inevitable, but you compensated appropriately." What plane do you generally come from, Edgar?
The material plane.
The material plane, yes.
And you were spending some time in a sabbatical or pilgrimage to where?
A pilgrimage, yes.
Is that a big deal where you come from? Forgive my ignorance. I mean, I'm just a pirate. I mean, privateer.
Do
Which
not
is it?
sugar your words around me. I do not judge.
Okay, pirate.
But yes, it is sort of a big deal. I've reached a certain rank in my order that this was necessary, and it was a great pleasure and honor to do so.
Does everybody get to go to some other plane of existence and hang out with, I guess, your god or the people
Not all
of your
achieve
god?
the rank that I have.
He nods. Is that where you go when you die?
It depends. I mean, it depends on how we live our lives and, what we think is right after.
See, I've been thinking, when I die, after seeing what you guys did to that monster, I've been thinking about where I go when I die. Am I gonna go worship that friend of yours that turned into a god, or am I gonna follow some other god, or is your god the best one, or like, how do you know?
proof in the
don't.
pudding. That's why it's called faith,
It's
bro.
something we all decide for ourselves. I can teach you about my God if you'd
But we have
like.
to charge.
Well, what if you don't know? I mean, you have Lucentarius, you have Silva or Gaia, and apparently you have a whole bunch of other gods they don't tell you about that are supposed to not exist, but apparently do. Because I mean, we just sailed into a home stretch of one of yours. Like, how do you know which one's the right one, man?
It's not about which one's right. It's not about which one's wrong. It's about which one you believe in.
And he'll look at Mickey and he says, like you said, it's about faith.
Precisely.
Where do you go if you have no faith? And he'll look specifically at Mickey in this case.
Okay.
Where do you go if you have no faith? Like, if you don't back any.
Is he like asking me?
Yeah, he's looking at you and he looks genuinely concerned.
I'll let you know when I die.
He says, do you promise?
You can't promise the unknown.
No, but you can make a commitment. And
You
if
can't
you,
commit to the unknown. That's ridiculous to ask me.
well, either way, I promise both of you that if I die, I'll come back and I'll tell you guys where I go.
I'm a godless heathen.
I'll walk up to him and I'll put both of my hands on his shoulders and I say, do not worry so much about where you go. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey.
So the journey of a pirate scoundrel is not necessarily a bad thing. Asking for a friend, of course.
Of
All
course,
things-
asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Tell your friend that if it's a life worth living, it was a good one.
He nods. Okay. Thank you. Thank you both. And he'll motion to kind of take the helm again.
I take it, yeah.
Yeah. So, he motions to take it from. It's like,
Oh,
okay.
No, I'll give it back to him, yeah.
He'll take it, and you notice he doesn't tilt it anymore, that your spiral is perfect, and he just keeps it at keel. So, as far as the morning's concerned, you guys hear the banging of the pot that the cook is doing. He started a fire out on the front, on the aft of the deck. He says, "Line up, you maggots! Food's on!" All the people line up.
Yeah, I'll join in the line.
It's a terrible bit of slop. Like, it looks like it's food that doesn't go bad. Meat that maybe was kept in barrels of maggots to keep them good, which is fine, and made into some kind of a soup with some long-lasting things. Rice is very common, so it's almost like a pork and beans soup.
Okay.
But it's for breakfast, which kind of throws you off there. But it's food. It's sustainable.
I take it with a smile and I bow to him.
Zach and my neighbor bought
He takes a look at the rest of you guys as you come up in line. He looks over at Zalaria. I don't have any mice. You're gonna be fine.
I'll
Oh,
be
that's
fine
lazy.
with this.
He spoons the slop into a pan.
She'll take it and she'll go find a place to sit down. Oops.
As you sit down, all of a sudden you notice Jules will sit down next to you, so close that you guys touch. And he looks over at your food and he says, "My sweet, you should never have to eat this slop."
I've had worse.
He says, "And that is my fault." And he'll hold a small coin out, and you'll see it like disintegrate into ashes, and your food will immediately turn into a small bit of turkey, like a beautiful leg of turkey. And the rest of the liquid will like start to move over it like gravy.
She'll look at it and kind of look at him, and she'll be like,
Maybe.
"This is the start of an apology, but you have a lot to make up for."
Oh my god.
He stands up and he'll turn to you. He'll kneel before you and he says, "Okay, so that's not enough of an apology for me?"
Hold on, I have to think for just a second.
He stood next to me the entire
I
time.
can't remember how many years
Even when I went up to do, like,
it's
the
been since
side
he died.
right of the way.
22, I thought, by your record.
He
Is that
just
what I
stayed
put?
right there. So I took
I
That sounds
could be
right.
very mistaken.
Look it up, but we'll go with 22 for right now. She'll kind of like tilt her head a little bit, and like you can tell she's doing her best to keep her composure. Obviously she's had a night to think about what she wants to say to him, because she didn't want to talk to him last night because she was still really mad.
Yeah.
And she's just gonna kind of look at him and be like, "You basically lied to me, and for more than 20 years I believed you were dead, and it turns out you weren't."
He'll look over and he'll go to the edge of the ship and he'll put his hands on it. And he says, "What if there was only one lie that I ever told you, that every single thing that ever passed my lips was the absolute 100% truth? But I couldn't tell you what I was or my circumstance because of some divine law that kept me from it." And he'll lift his hand out and he'll expend, you see he has another coin, a couple of them, and they'll like turn into ash. And you see some of the stars that are in the background, and they'll all start to shift ever so slightly, and in a brief second, you swear it looks like your outline. And he'll turn to you and smile with a great big smile, showing one large incisor. He says, "If I can't tell the truth, because I physically can't tell the truth, then is it truly a lie? As I would tell you if I could, but I could not. As you see, I would rearrange the very stars just for you, and I've never told another single lie."
I don't doubt you've ever lied to me. I knew your loyalties always lay with me as mine laid with you, but I gave up everything to try and save you. And you, like, and she'll kind of like stop, and she's like really trying to think of what she's trying to say. She's like, "I was willing to go after darker arts to save your life, and you're the one who told me to trust in Mother Ivory, and so I did, and you died anyways. Even if it had been after the fact, the truth would have been nice. I could have actually prevented all of this from happening when you first came out of my pendant, and we never actually would have been separated in the end."
The thing about us devils, he touches the edge again and he says, "We're bound by very distinct contracts. There's a rule that says I can't tell you much who I am. I can't tell you my situation. If I do, it will alert him of my location, and I would have to go back. But it's literally a signed, sealed, and delivered law, and we devils," and he turns back and he has fire burning in his eyes. He says, "We have to follow these rules. It's not an option. It's like gravity."
You're also muted.
She'll kind of like ponder over it for a second, and she's like, "So I understand it was still for your safety. It's just
Yeah, it's around there.
I would have liked to have known. We would have had an entire future together. We had our future planned together. And then you died, and now you're back, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that fact."
What do you guys think? Do you think it's sunny,
On the bright side,
rainy, or windy?
our vows do say for till death do us part, and I did die. But devils, demons, Eagle, and a various other group of creatures get reborn back on their home plane every time they die. And he grabs your hand and he says, "But I would very much like to marry you for this lifetime until I die again." And I will marry you every time I die. I will come back to you. Like, and he takes a deep breath and he says, like a loyal pet, like the sweetest dog you've ever owned, I will always return to you. Just, if anything, so I could say the vows of I do with you all over again. Every time. And he gives you a squeeze.
And she's like, she literally has no idea what to say at the moment, and she's just like, and she's just paused for a couple of, like, a really long minute, and she'll just be like, I don't know what to do about this, because of course I still love you, but I also have Alazio back in Tattersport.
The minute you say his name, there's like a ring of fire around his horns, and he turns his back on you ever so slightly. He clears his throat. So what do you want to call this constellation? What I've spent has put it into history forever.
No.
Well, you made it. You should name it.
He turns and you only see one eye, and it seems like the fire is ebbing ever so slightly, and he says, I shall call it the ever-burning fire, as is my passion for you, my sweet. May it never die, not a single one of those. And he'll walk off below deck.
And she's just gonna sit there and just internally scream.
Haley,
Yes.
what is your morning like?
I'd imagine that I'd go downstairs, get some food as well, probably a little bit later than them. Just reading through my books that I have, doing my studies, and then go downstairs and get a bowl of the, beans and rice, and just find a table near everybody and just be like, well, we made it off of that plane. Are you on your phone or
Bartholomew?
I'm
Because I was thinking earlier for Dad,
I'm gonna eat for sure.
I was a little worried for at night, and I was worried that
Other than that, I'm just kind of,
somebody else logged on and went to
I don't know, have a little distance from everybody because of, me just falling into a black hole and going to the astral plane
and us losing a friend.
and us losing a friend, and I'm just like kind of putting a barrier between me and them at the moment.
Gen Z getting
You do.
Eat off of, not eat off alone, but I'm going to be very quiet when I eat.
millennials.
As you're sitting there eating, you remember, like, as you're looking through the beans and rice, you remember, like, sitting down at a campfire with Bonham, as he's, like, going through and, like, talking about his foods and how, like, this food was good because, like, when he was kept a slave, basically they fed him gruel, and he could always seem to find appreciation for the worst food. And you, like, look at this food and how bad it is, reminded of that particular thing.
Okay.
Yeah, the top 8.
And I would also be thinking about, like, things I should have done to prevent everything from happening. So
Oh no. Turt's going
that's
down.
what's tearing
Oh,
Turth up right now is I knew
The
I
what
should have done
ifs.
some things that I didn't do.
Sydney, stop it.
I could have done so many
Will you
so
stop
many
it
other
right
things
now?
than what I did. So
You sit there and lament those particular moments and
All right.
just think about it.
I'm
Take
pretty
your
much
deep breath.
just reminiscing of everything that should have happened versus what did happen.
So originally,
Omega.
I was gonna go and she's been booted.
Omega,
Yes.
it's dark where you're at. You know where you're at. It's dark. You know your mission. You know what you're going to do. What do you do?
I'm gonna be in the shadows right now. Yeah, you did. I forgot. Kind of just like watching everything going down.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a stealth check. Keeping
It's a little
okay.
hard to hear you.
Keeping eye on Dindo.
Okay, go ahead and make me a stealth check. And then a perception check to keep your eye on Dindo.
Can I just use my passive?
Sure. What's your passive so I don't have to read the
21.
internet? A 21. That's for stealth or perception.
Perception.
Okay, go ahead and give me your stealth roll.
My stealth is a 12.
12. Eh,
The hair.
nice. So you're sticking to the shadows for the most part, and you don't seem to see too many people. A couple people will, however, like you notice that the first mate, for example, as he's walking through and taking a checklist of all the supplies in the hold, he looks over and sees your crate, and he'll see that the nails have been pulled out, and he'll slide over and look down and just kind of go, huh, didn't know we have any Magitech. And he'll like slide it back over. I believe everybody else in the party is able to notice at some point there seems to be a golem, a very strange looking golem. Oh, did we lose Jonathan?
I'm right.
Okay. At some point,
Camera ain't working for some reason.
that's cool as long as we have as long as we got you. But everybody at some point notices that there is a golem on board, hiding in the shadows. Doesn't look like a crew member, because that's a shitty stealth roll, Josh. I'm sorry.
Actually, my passive perception won't beat a 12.
I thought everybody's was at least a 13. I'm so
No.
sorry.
My passive is a 11.
Okay, so everybody except you. Haley, did everyone else catch it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
My passive perception
I'm a 17.
same.
is a 16, so yeah, I would have caught it.
My passive
caught it.
investigation though.
I choose to ignore it.
Okay. So Mickey sees it but just passes it off. Ediga walks it by at one point and accidentally throws like a cloak over it.
Oh my God.
Everyone else, you guys notice that at some point there seems to be a golem that seems to be stalking specifically the captain.
Can I
Honestly, Zaleria is too preoccupied with other things right now to really care.
I'm not
So-
surprised. Go ahead. What's up, Turth?
I wanted to do something Turth hasn't done this whole campaign. I want to try to sneak up beside him. So I'm gonna try to stealth.
Oh boy.
Okay. Josh, I need a perception out of you. Turth, I need a stealth out of you. Hold those numbers. I'll BRB. I'm literally going to spin the dice right.
Hey Zach, I have a question.
He's gone.
Did you just leave?
Yeah, he's right back.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
He had to go rub one out.
Okay, kids. Got those numbers ready. You roll.
Hey Zach, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
After I roll a check, can I choose to use my passive?
Not typically. But since you didn't know that, I will let you this.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna use my passive again.
Okay, your passive stealth?
I
Your
wasn't
passive
stealthing.
perception. Which is what total?
21.
Turth, what did you get?
I got a 19
Total?
total.
So, Omega, you notice that there is a barbarian that is trying to sneak up on you. At the moment that, like, for a brief moment, you lose sight of him as somebody throws, like, a cloak over you, and then you pull the cloak off, and you look over in the corner, and you can see he's kind of sneaking, trying to pull amongst, like, the cargo and climb in and up under the...
Very awkward. Like me trying to mime my way down the wall he's at. Like
So in a very like Crunk in Emperor's New Groove sort of way. He thinks he's being stealthy.
That is exactly how I imagined Turth stealthing.
Are you,
Right,
you
like-
singing your own theme song?
Like you think you're being stealthy, but
Yes.
Omega, you look over and you notice it, and he's not being stealthy.
Knocking barrels over and everything.
Oh my
I
What do you
look
all
at-
do?
I look over at him, and I say, "Hey, what you doing, man?"
I was gonna ask you the same. My whole goal was that.
Well, I'm on a mission, and you're about to give me away, man.
It's hard to hear you, bud.
I'm on a secret mission, and you're about to give me away, man.
I'm about to give you away. Are you sure you didn't
Yeah.
give yourself away?
Well, fuck off right now. I'm trying to do something.
I'm gonna walk up to Turth and be like, so what's this dude like stalking Dildo Sissy Pants for?
I have no
No,
idea.
you stole my joke.
Amanda gained inspiration. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but gained inspiration.
Oh, it's totally on purpose.
I was like, I would be like, I look at Haley and I'm like, I have no idea. I'm trying to get out of him, but he's on a secret mission. So
To stalk Dildo Sissy Pants. How can we help you stalk it?
What was that? Sorry, you cut out.
how
I
can,
said, how you're on a mission to stalk Dildo Sissy Pants. How can we
Well,
help you stalk it?
Well, technically, I got orders to take him in alive or dead. Preferably alive, so I get my full cut. But what you know about him?
so bounty hunter?
Oh, so you're a bounty hunter. I got you.
Yeah.
We're kind of along the same line of profession here. I'm kind of a private investigator.
Yeah, we're practically cousins.
You're right. You're right. Jake and I do have some board drinking.
You're right.
I can't wait to tell her that you guys have been able to keep up on her entire conversation,
Oh, yeah.
even though it's through a door.
I mean,
It's okay.
whoever she's talking to is definitely right, I have to say.
It is her house too.
It is. It
You
is.
share that space.
But after me joking about Dildo Sissy Pants, I turned to Bartholomew and be like, but can we really trust him? What about the last guy that was on this boat?
2x4 to make it as
Yeah.
easy as possible.
Yeah. And then Turth is kind of like, when Haley said that, he just kind of like, you see his eyes just like stare off and just I like kind of a PTSD moment, re-sees everything.
Like
Has an
flashbacks
out-of-body
from Nam.
experience.
Flashbacks from Nam. But yeah, that's what, as soon as Haley said that to Turth, that's what happens with Turth.
Actually, I might have to go ahead and go get someone.
Oh shit, we lost Josh too.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me?
I
Yep.
can hear you.
Okay, sweet. I switched network on my phone.
As you wish, bro.
Mine's just buffering. I just got a little spinny wheel that won't stop spinning.
As long as we get
Alright,
to
so
hear
what,
you.
what I
man.
missed?
Nothing. Well, nothing too much. They're chatting you up basically about how, like, so what you doing? I'm a private investigator, and then Turth like had PTSD after she said, I mean, after all, you remember, like, can we trust this guy? Like, remember what happened with the last guy?
I present him the bounty poster, and I say, "Hey, man, I ain't here for any of you. I'm here for this guy."
He's not here for any of us until we have a bounty on us.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like it.
So
Does it say why you have a bounty on for him?
A disgruntled husband.
Huh?
A disgruntled husband.
Josh gained inspiration.
A disgruntled husband has it out for him?
Mhm.
Interesting.
A shipmate?
Well, what do you think? What should we do? Should
Got
we
my
find Zalaria? Or should we
computer with us.
this fucker with us? Or let him do what
Zalaria's
he's
there.
gonna do?
Solaria's on the ship.
Yeah, but she's not with us at this moment.
No, Zaliria's like still sitting, slowly eating her food, having a crisis. She's kind of just ignoring everybody as she tries to figure out what she's doing about the demon that's now below deck.
Devil.
Devil. I almost said devil first, and then I thought whatever. Anyways.
The devil is not welcome.
So there you guys are confronted with apparently a bounty hunter that wants to kill the captain of this ship. What do you all
Whoa,
do?
whoa. I don't want to
Turth
kill
was
him. I want
rolling
to take him in
insight
alive.
check on him.
I apologize. Take him in alive.
I want to roll an insight check to see if his intentions are just for bounty hunting.
Please do. Omega, you are not lying, am I correct?
No, I'm dead serious.
Okay, Bartholomew. Roll anything but a 1.
I rolled a nat 20.
You take one look, and it looks like this person, this being, is literally in it for the money, just for the money. Am I correct, Josh?
Yes.
100% cash driven. The bounty is for 6,000 gold.
No, I was gonna say about Tree Fitty.
So, Turth, I'm reading the wanted poster and all that, but Turth is torn because, the captain has helped them more than once now.
Yep.
And it's a disgruntled husband.
Yes.
Turth doesn't buy it. Like, he can't buy a disgruntled husband. Like, it's something more than just.
Hey,
Mr.
I don't
Sissy
ask
Pants.
questions.
Oh, your insight can give you that.
Is a pirate, so he probably stole something from the wrong person.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's more like he slipped somebody's wife full like 3 inches of his halfling that was still bigger than the 2 inches of her husband's micro penis. So that's what it's looking like. Again, Josh, gain inspiration. That was fun.
I don't know. Turth being Turth, he's like, it's not worth. And it doesn't hate me for this, but it's not worth the 6,000 gold versus what he has helped us with.
So we're gonna buy my bounty?
Right?
I'm not gonna buy your bounty. I'm just
Then
saying,
we're gonna have a problem.
Dindo will actually walk by, take one look at the Warforged in front of him, and say, "What is this coat rack doing here?" And he keeps moving on because he outrolled your stealth.
The coat rack.
Yeah, he got an 18 on his stealth or on his perception, so he walks by as you're sneaking, trying to hold off, and he just notices you, and he just says that about you and keeps walking.
All right, Piggy. Bye.
and then I look at Omega and I'm like, well, everybody thinks you're a coat rack at least.
That can come in handy, won't it?
Now, at Omega's side, you will notice. Josh, would you like to describe your character?
At my side, I have a longsword that's I have a longsword that's also a pistol, but it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's like clockwork. It was made by dwarves a long, long time ago, and I've taken care. And on my back is a very, very large rifle.
That should be fairly close, Josh. Am I correct?
Where is it at?
It's in the Discord.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, that's cool.
The gun sword. Crazy that something like that actually fucking existed.
Yeah, it's an actual thing.
Pirates
Yeah.
had cool shit.
Absolute mad lad, whoever thought to combine
Yes.
those things.
Yes, that is very accurate, Zach.
Okay. I just didn't know if it was too one way or the other. And then
Nope, that's perfect.
tell me if this one also works for your big one, Josh.
No. Big one.
Jonathan.
Giggity.
There you go. That should be pretty close to what his other one looks like.
So it's like a
Yeah, except it's more, it's not as, like, sci-fi-y, like it is, but you can also tell it's very old.
It's more clockwork.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I can find something online, but I doubt I can. Anyway, so
Probably more
picture
steampunkish.
Yeah, yeah.
so
So does it not shoot regular bullets?
It shoots gears.
No. It, how would you
Shoots people who don't buy my
describe
bounty.
what-
say it again, Josh.
How would you describe what it does? Because I know you and I have talked about it, and I don't think we ever discussed on how we wanted to do.
I actually picture very similar. Like, if you want, does that look fit you right now, Josh? Of that particular rifle I posted.
The one that you just sent is fucking perfect.
Okay, so it basically looks kind of like that, and it will fire basically what it does. Since you said it was solar powered, it charges up a bit of light, and then it fires that light out at light speed. An antimatter rifle fires a piece of aluminum at subsonic speeds. That's why it can barrel through a tank. So an antimatter rifle in this world that's solar powered would literally take a micron of sunlight and then fire it out at light speed. So it doesn't matter what's being fired. It's the fact it's being fired at light speed that does the damage.
Even though the world's always dark.
Even though the world's always dark, it is a solar powered gun. I applaud Josh for that very brilliant concept.
The sun does, or the moon does do solar as well, Landon. So it's not
Very,
far.
very slow. And there are some spells that do it too. And once a year, you guys do get a recharge, or he would get a recharge. So you see that weapon at his side, Tirth.
Okay.
The clockwork one, not the one above it.
The knife sword.
The knife sword is at his
the
side.
gun sword.
Yeah, the sword's
gun
at my
sword?
side. The rifle's on my back.
And the rifle's one at the very bottom of that posting.
Yeah, and the rifle's on his back. Okay, so I see his gun sword, and I'm like, nifty little weapon you got there.
Thank you. I got it from an old friend.
And Tirth is pretty much just done interrogating him. Like he's lost, I can't say interest, but he's gonna distance himself a little bit because he's torn about the bounty that's on the captain and what the captain has done. So he's like kind of between a rock and a hard place. Like, what do I do? Do I tell him? Do I not and just let the bounty go? And then Tirth starts, clicking gears, and it's like, who would, have the ship? Who, it just starts thinking about every scenario that the captain would if he was gone, Tirth's mind's going crazy at the moment.
Agreed.
Absolutely bonkers.
Dindo will walk up for half a second and try to find a spot on Omega to put a gold piece. Does this dispenser not work any longer? He tries to put it in a couple creases, doesn't work, and he goes, nothing is worth it on the ship sometimes, I swear. And he walks.
I open my mouth like a robot, and I take the coin.
He'll put the coin in, and he'll hold his hand out like he's expecting some Magitech like soda to pop out. Essentially, does nothing work on this ship?
I give him some like bullshit proverb, like, feed a man or teach a man to fish, feed him for life.
Oh fuck! He's Manum. Manum Zeroni.
I knew there was a reason I kept this thing on the ship. And he walks off. You.
I look
it's
over
time
to
for you
Turth and I wink
fish.
at him.
I don't even have to have you roll a deception. That was pretty well done, Josh.
This is
So, with that said and done, the ship will go ahead and sail on. The one thing you guys notice about this travel is just like being out at sea, it can get daunting when you look from horizon to horizon, you see nothing. And it's slightly depressing, very similar to a situation we're all in, with being like, yay, I'm home, but also, you just look out into this astral sea and see nothing. Until finally there's... Go ahead.
I'm very familiar with the feeling. I'm from Colorado. Driving through Kansas is a goddamn nightmare.
Oh god.
Damn,
Wow.
bro.
Gain inspiration. So as you guys are going through, it just seems like this ocean of nothingness until suddenly there's this almost firework display that pops up, and it says casino, loosest slots in town. And Dindo turns to his first mate and he says, "Is it nearby? Should we grab it?" And then his first mate's like, "The men are definitely chomping at the bit, sir." And he goes, "Excellent. We'll make port. They at least deserve it. Time to rest. Excellent." He turns to you all. "I know that you are all financing this journey. However, my men need rest. Is this acceptable?"
It's fine with me, I guess.
I mean, really, do we have an option because it's your ship?
He says, "You are chartering the ship. However, look at the men." You look at a couple of them sitting there chomping at the bit, and there's more than a few of them sharpening, like cleaning their nails with their knives, looking at you like, "Yeah, I need some tail and some gambling and some booze." And they're just like flicking like dirt out of their nails. "However, you have full say of the ship. You've chartered it."
This is a fine place to rest.
Jules will walk up behind Zalarian and say, "I agree," and he'll put his hand slightly on your hip.
She's not gonna move away from him or anything.
It would be unreasonable to expect you to take care of us if we do not allow you to take care of yourself.
Man.
So
Well spoken, giant lizard. I appreciate you.
I'll bow my head and I'll go to the barracks.
Gain inspiration, Landon. I know what that took role-playing wise.
I already had inspiration. I didn't
You
even
better
have a
get-
chance to use it. Jonathan,
get-
gain inspiration.
Fucking hey. My
The
motherfucking
first-
dog.
The first mate will reach out and touch a stone that is attached to this that's giving off the fireworks, and suddenly you'll see the whole ship will tilt, and he pulls it and he says, "It's a waystone, sir. It'll give us the directions to the casino." He sets it into a bracket right above the turnstile, and suddenly it'll be like, again, the Star Wars rush of stars. He goes, "Excellent, here we go, off!" And then you'll see all the stars go by, and he goes, "Men, prepare, it is time for the away! Rest for at least 3 days," and they all cheer, they're all like throwing a fist up in the air, and it'll... You feel that vacuum of air, even though there's no air out. You'll feel the vacuum of air. It'll stop, and you'll see another firework display for a waystone to grab. But out in this astral sea, you see nothing but floating bodies. The first mate goes, "Sir, I think Githyanki were near here." And like the whole crew gasped for a brief second. You just see bodies floating in space in all different kinds of crumpled up ways.
Solaria's gonna ask, what are Githyanki?
The first mate turns to you and he says, well, Zalaria, Githyanki are denizens of the Astral Sea. The Mind Flayers took them a long time ago when the Mind Flayers were out in the Ethereal. They took them and they enslaved them. In return, the Githyanki were able to fight back, but they turn into ravenous reavers. They stalk the Astral Sea, they kill all that they find, they throw them off into the depths to float forever in space, dead. The worst kind of... he chokes on the word. It's the worst kind of savage you will ever find. Let us pray we don't fight them.
Baraka.
We should probably
And-
get out of here then.
You'll notice that every single one of the bodies look like almost like in the Matrix when Switch like is not like this and Cypher pulls the plug and she just kind of drops. Landon. All these people look like someone just snapped their fingers and hit their off switch. And you see a small silver tendril off the back of their head that just severs. And they're all just floating in all these terrible positions. And they look brutalized. In various different ways, physically, sexually, mentally. Like, it looks like they were just destroyed and savaged. Very similar to in Serenity, how Reavers would treat people.
That's exactly how I was envisioning it the entire time you say Githyanki's is they're nothing but reavers.
In my world, that's very much how they are. He'll grab the waystone and he says, let's hope they haven't hit the casino. And you guys will see the rush again when he puts it into the console. And when it pops out, you guys are like, please not something terrible. Please not something terrible. And it's a beautiful ship. It looks 8 billion times bigger than the ship you have, almost like a planet itself. And the colors all flashing everywhere. Casino, loose slots, try 5-man slide, eight dragon ante, and just explodes with color. And you see that there are these beautiful, like, it's beautiful, almost pin-up like models that are sitting there, and they'll be like this, and then they'll be holding up a drink, and they'll be kissing some guy on the cheek while holding the drink, and they'll be like, go to this bar, and like it's just this explosion of Vegas. Dindo says, time to make port, everybody round up, and you guys will go into port, and we're gonna take a quick smoke break. Okay, so, oh wow. Josh the musket,
back?
really?
No, that was me. I said that's what I imagine like his rifle being is like a laser musket from Fallout 4
From
almost.
Fallout 4.
You know, a little more, you know, the time era for sure. But the picture you had too is amazing. Like, I mean, that's how I would imagine it. It's just a laser rifle.
I picture something in between the two now that you mention it. I think it's good. Okay, Mandy, are we live?
Yep.
If you look down at the picture, there's like
Oh,
multiple versions of it.
yeah. Hold on one second. Sweetheart. Okay, so jumping back into it now that we're live. So the casino pops up. It's a beautiful ship. It looks like a pleasure yacht, and it's slowly corkscrewing through the air. Dindo will match the curvature of it and dock. When you guys exit it, the people are dressed to the hilt. Concierge sees each one of you, takes any coats, anything else you have. There's a weapons check. If anybody wants to hold your weapon and hide it, I need a holdout check, which is a sleight of hand check right now. So give me, if you're going to hide a weapon, you have to beat a 15.
Am I with them, or am I still in the ship?
You can choose either. You know, didn't for the casino, so it's a good time to keep following him. Other people have already called you out and like
Yeah, that's
aware of
true.
your. Yeah, so it's your call.
Yeah, I'll go out with them.
So, like I said, beat a 15 on the sleight of hand check to hide a weapon if you're hiding. Go
Haley
ahead and-
was gonna try and hide like one of the daggers, but she got a 6. So like, as she was like trying to go up to the door, they would have like been like, "No, pass it over," and she would have like very reluctantly given it to him, be like, "It's okay, I don't really need it anyways." And I like hide my, or not necessarily hide or touch anything else. I don't really need it anyways.
Go ahead and they're gonna look at your spell component pouch, and the guy like looks at you kind of funny.
Hey Zach, are you looking at roll 20?
Yes, I am. 17. You're able to hide. I'm not gonna buy that you
Okay.
can hide any weapon that requires 2 hands.
I'm gonna hide I'm just gonna hide my dagger.
You can hide your dagger.
If we're taking our spell component pouch in, do we need to try and hide that?
If you're gonna try to sneak it past him, yes.
Roll a d20.
So yeah, he looks at Haley's spell component pouch and looks at you kind of funny.
What'd you say we have to beat?
Hold on.
I got 6.
15.
I got 16.
You got a 16?
Mm-hmm.
15.
Okay.
Do I
I'm-
add anything to it?
No, I'm pretty sure most of your spells and everything you don't actually need components for, like your
I
Eldritch
have-
Blast.
I have my gun, so I wanted to keister my gun.
You can definitely holster your gun. You keep it in like your crotch, like kind of up against your leg, and they don't pat you down to your crotch.
My prison wallet.
Yeah, as you pass through, they don't grab your goat, so you're able to hide it just fine. Josh, you're able to hide it just fine too.
What? What'd you say, Zach?
He froze.
Was you able to hide yours?
Yeah, I got a 7.
Cool. Zach, are you gonna stay frozen or what?
It might take a second.
Shit, this motherfucker
I
went
got a
outside.
15. Exactly, I made it.
Are we supposed to add sleight of hand to this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Huh?
I'm gonna just take a dagger. Because I can't take any two-handed weapons.
Oh, Zach.
Rogers.
Zach.
Hell Hydra.
Why is it doing that? You keep hitting me.
Damn it, Zach. Crappy internet. Pay your bill.
Oh.
Gosh darn it.
She was closer.
What you dropped?
Are you humming Psycho Killer in there?
Yup. Psycho killer.
Wow.
Jeepus Christ.
What?
Huh? No, nothing. It was not you guys related.
What's that noise? Where they at? Where the people at? Where they at? Look. Look up there. Get the screen. There. There's people.
Which one are you in a wind tunnel?
Oh, that's me breathing into my mic. I'm sorry.
Of all the people, Mandy, you are the one I expected the least.
Sorry. I try not
My
to have it.
disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Landon, did
I've
you see
s-
that video where the dude was like reading his emails, and the one said his mom didn't like his videos, and it was more likely that his grandma was gonna stop before he was gonna stop making videos?
Oh my god.
That's fucked. No, I did not see that.
Buddy.
Oh, I need to do something, so I have to turn my light on. Gross.
Are we not getting Zach back?
I have no idea.
Poor feller. He's all tuckered out. What up? Huh? Uh-uh. No, I can't. Camera's not working. You see how it's buffering like that?
Yeah, I have to enable and re-enable.
I tried it a couple times. It just keeps spinning, so I said fuck it. I usually am on camera anyway.
Yeah, I'm about to just. It's
I mean, I like seeing their pretty faces.
Oh, thanks.
We got to see yours for a little while.
Oh, I forget you guys can. I wasn't being creepy.
I was.
I was.
Screen share. So,
I will tell you when Zach gets back. Yes. Smoky smoke. He's going out for another cigarette. That's what he did. He thinks he's fooling us.
Ah,
You think you slick, but you're not. So we should apologize to the Twitch users or whatever,
Absolutely.
you know, for the difficulties. They should all gain inspiration.
Hey, there you guys all are.
Yay! You're back!
Sorry, my
Yay.
internet apparently just decided it was going to be the dumbest thing in the world. So
That happens when you don't pay it. Zach's back, by the way.
please, I'm all paid up on all my bills. I didn't hear that. Okay, so you guys are all able to hold out except for Amanda, to which case he looks at your spell component pouch and he looks at you kind of funny. He's like, miss,
I'm just looking at him.
I have to take your spell component pouch. You are a caster.
What about me tells him that I'm a caster?
The fact that you look like a stiff wind could knock you to death, and you're out here.
Damn. Oh,
Yeah, but I could
Wonder
just
how
be a
that got
normal
there.
person.
Normal people don't travel the astral sea, Amanda. It's obvious you have something going for you, and he can tell a spell component pouch when he sees it.
He's trying to call your bluff.
we got petted out. Remember?
Yeah, I don't think you're collecting bat guano and a small crystal and a tiny diamond for no reason, ma'am. I'm gonna have to keep this.
damn.
Yeah, Zach, my
She-
my check was a 5. I was trying to get my spell component pouch.
Nope.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to respond.
Yeah, he looks at both your spell component pouches and he gets ready to make you a code check for him.
Yeah, I know. I'll go
Celery.
put it back. I don't trust you, and I take my dagger back away from him and go and put everything back, very securely on the boat.
Okay. You show back up and walk through.
Yeah.
Zalaria, go ahead.
Sorry, she's just gonna wait for him to do a coat check. Like she's like, that's fine.
He puts it in a small box that seems to levitate around a whole bunch of other boxes in a very strange pattern. He sets it up and he's like, enjoy.
She's like, thanks.
And Turth wants to sneak a dagger in. I rolled a 15 exactly.
He matches it, so he takes a look at it and he goes, "Excuse me, sir. Your blade?
That's my penis.
I'm sure it's the tiniest prick in the world.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need you to hand me that knife, though."
I just kind of like throw it off.
He doesn't, however, take your coat of many things. Your robe.
Ooh.
That's good.
When you guys walk into the casino,
Does
Go
he
ahead,
want my
Layton.
shield?
no, defensive items are 100% allowed.
Okay. I'll give him all
My
my armor
dagger's
and whatnot. My weapons, but not my armor and not my shield.
I was gonna say he won't take your armor, but he'll be more than happy to take your weapon only.
I'll give him my weapons.
So he lets you guys all pass. This place looks like, you guys remember the first time you walked into Dave and Buster's and you're like, this is actually really cool. Like, that's kind of how it is. There's casino games all over the place. Most of Dindo's crew just start barreling straight through. They go to bars, they go to tables, they go to bars, then tables. They just go nuts. Dindo goes over and he starts seeing this woman like dancing all pretty, and he puts a couple gold pieces and she'll start dancing with him, and they whisper something in each other's ear and they just leave.
Damn.
The rest of the place, though, it's just this. I mean, it's the size of a large city. It's bigger than this ship itself, way bigger than Dather's Port itself. And it looks like it is a den of sin and debauchery and gambling, and things are nuts. So what are you all doing?
That's
Starting
fine.
with Zalaria.
She's just like, oh, well, this'll be interesting. Let's maybe stick together and not try to wander off too far. She really doesn't know what to do with herself right now. This is
Jules will interlock his arm into yours and he says, "Don't worry. Luck is with you as long as you're with me.
be like, okay.
After all, I'm the luckiest man in the entire universe to be with you." And he'll like pinch your cheek slightly.
She'll kind of like swat his hand away, but like it's more playful than like she doesn't like it. It's just like meh. And
So what do
she's-
you say?
she's-
Slots or gambling?
Slots.
I like to play with the sluts.
To play with the sluts.
Omega, what you doing?
I'm going to blackjack table.
Blackjack. Nice touch. Mickey.
Mickey's gonna go play blackjack as well.
Nice.
Gets a 21.
Egada.
This really isn't my kind of thing. I'm gonna find an empty table and sit at it and meditate.
As you're meditating, a couple of people will come over and sit next to you. They look like Githyanki, but they're not. They're Githyanki. They have their hoods. They'll sit down and they will say, "Brother, you seem to follow a very similar path than we do. You're meditating in a den of sin."
And what path is it that you follow?
We follow the eternal truth of peace.
Sounds like it's
That is a worthy path to follow.
They nod. They say, "What path do you follow?"
I follow the path of the dragon god.
They look like almost like they're cataloging, and for a second they go, "Bahamut?"
Yes.
He follows many of our thoughts. May we meditate with you?
Please join me.
And they will, and they say, one of the first things that the headmaster, he's got like the long mustache that goes into it. Like it's the tiniest little wisp of a beard and a big ass mustache, and then they weave together.
Mhm.
And he sits there and he says, "May we pray strong enough and be such an example that we bring others to our cause." And he turns to you and he says, "Will you lead the prayer, Master
Egida.
Egida? Will you lead the prayer, please?"
Out of character. kind of caught off guard right now.
Yeah. Didn't
And I
expect Githyank Kai.
I mean,
They're in the universe, man. They're prevalent out here.
not entirely sure what they are even, but
Oh, that's okay. I'll give you some backstory. So, out of character, the Mind Flayers pretty much ruled this place, the Outer Planes, and dominated. Like, people are like, "Oh, I'm going on my way to like my god because I'm dead," and Mind Flayers would stop by and be like, "You still have a brain in a way," and they would dominate everything. And they dominated all of the planes, all of the ethereal.
T'Challa, come here.
So they had slaves, which are the Githyanki, that were born in the ether. And the Githyanki fought against them, did an uprising, and destroyed most of the Mind Flayers, keeping them into separate realms. But they were warlike. But there was a whole bunch of other Githyanki that were like, this is dumb. Let's not go around like doing the same thing that the people who captured us did. And they became monks. You should look it up in online for sure. But basically, the Githyanki turned into either raiders that were terrible, evil raiders, or monks that are the Githyanki. And these people, just like the picture you sent, they're like them, but they're dressed in monk robes, and they seem incredibly peaceful.
Okay.
So they sit down and they're asking you to lead the meditation.
Well, I don't necessarily have a prayer thought up or prepared, so I'm not entirely sure what you want me to do, honestly.
Well, out of character, it would be like what we're going for is people meditating in a way that bring other people coming over going like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? So it would be a persuasion roll.
Okay.
And the concept is you guys are all just meditating in the corner, and you might pull people to be from like that aren't necessarily interested in all the gambling and debauchery, and going and seeing deeper peace. And the Githyanki are malleable enough in their religion to include your religion in it too.
Okay.
So persuasion.
That is a 16.
Ooh, 16. You're able to pull about 6 followers, people who come over and they're like, what are you doing? And the Githyanki say, we're lucky enough to have Master Egede over here. He's a follower of Bahamut, which we do not follow, but we also agree with his peaceful ways. Do you wish to hear his ways? And they'll be like, yeah, I'll hear you out. And like, there's only a couple of them that are drunks. You actually get a couple like strippers / whores that will come over and they'll be like, what are you doing? And then like when they see that, they come over and you recognize immediately people who do not value themselves. That would very much benefit from Bahamut's word.
All right.
So you can get 6 people that will sit there and try to start to listen to your words and try to follow you based on your actions.
Excellent.
Okay, so we got 2 for the blackjack table. Let's see. What is Tirtholomew doing?
Tirtholomew is gonna go to the bar.
Drinking it is. When you go up, you see the strangest creature you've ever seen. If you were to take a praying mantis and a human being and mix them together, give them 4 arms that end in terrible claws, that's what you would see. It's known as a Thrykean. This creature looks at you, and you actually see, just like with a real praying mantis, they actually have pupils that'll look in your direction. What do you want?
I will ask for a just any type of stout right now, like a mid-grade stout.
Mid-grade. He looks at you and he mind links with you, and for a brief second he goes, come on, how much can you take? How tough are you, buddy? And like his eyes are vibrating, like his pupils are like moving back and forth when he talks through your mind.
So I look at him and I'm like, okay, give me what you got.
He goes, excellent. And he goes, and 4 of his arms will grab different drinks. They'll mix them together and put it in a shaker. they put a small, like, it looks like a snake or an octopus, and you can't tell which in between. It shakes it up, and you see, like, the creature screams in pain. You okay? The cat is on the top of the fridge. He'll pour it into a drink, and you notice that the snake octopus thing is dissolved. And he slides it to you. It's actually fizzing. At your risk!
At your risk.
I look at him like, is this going to kill me?
Yeah, probably. You're weak.
Appreciate the honesty.
Dude, that's what the right king do.
Tirth is gonna pick it up. Gonna look at it, examine it.
It burns your nose hairs. Like you actually, like a lighter to hair. It actually like burns your nose hairs back.
I'm actually gonna. I want to like stick my finger in it to see if it's like gonna burn my insides. Like
Similar to how Capsaicin will actually burn your finger, it does, in fact, burn
it burns.
slightly. Not enough to make you go like nope, but enough to make you be like, I don't know, this is weird. Grow a man, Bart.
So I look at it. I look at him, and I just start chugging it.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and put it in the chat. Amanda, what you doing?
I'm like watching what's going on here.
You're just
Just
observing.
telling me like,
Okay.
Turret's over here chugging the equivalent of rocket fuel.
Let
It cleans engines. It also gets you drunk.
Sterilizes anything. It's like hand sanitizer for your inside.
I've done that. What did you get, Tirth?
23.
20 was the DC. It burns. It stings. It goes on the way down. It's harsh. It hurts. It does not. It's not a pleasurable feeling. And it hits your gut. 16 seconds later, you're like, okay, that wasn't so bad. And you immediately feel heartburn. However, your drunk level is off the charts. You feel drunk and happy and that nice buzz, but you're not suffering from like, it's like where you're really buzzed, like normally where you'd be drunk and you'd like be making bad decisions. You're drunk and it's almost like you're able to catch up with your thoughts. It's a nice even flow. The best of being drunk. If you drink kava tea, it's very similar. It's like, this is the best of being drunk, but not the worst of being drunk. But it does also give you heartburn.
Okay.
The Thrakeen looks at you. More!
Tarth is like, nah, I'm alright.
Humans! Yeah, human or... He shakes his head and turns. Zalaria. So, you're walking kind of arm in arm with Jules,
Yep.
and he goes, my sweet, love of my life, what is it that you want to gamble on tonight? You've already won the greatest gamble in the world, which is finding true love, so
She'll
what
kind
is
of
it
like
you wish to gamble on now?
say that last part again. Sorry.
What is it you wish to gamble on now?
She'll kind of like ponder on it. And she's like, honestly, I'm not in a gambling mood.
He stops. He'll hold you close and he goes, what are you in the mood for then?
Well, it's been a long time since we've had time to ourselves.
I very much think we should spend some time to ourselves if that's what you're getting at. And he will give you a wink.
Are you cheating on Elazio?
She is! I'm fucking pissed.
What a thought.
She is fucking cheating on Elazio. I'm so disappointed in Zalaria right now.
Got Thoughty McThotterson up in.
No shit!
like as she goes to walk away, I'm gonna be like, so much for Elazio.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Cat.
I can't wait for the wedding now. So what do you? So he says that and he smiles at you and he gives you that look of like, okay, you
Wouldn't
want to
hold
spend
your
time
breath
alone?
long.
We'll spend time alone. He gives you that look. You notice that he's way more handsome than he used to be. It's really hard.
He's got those devilish good looks.
God damn it, Landon.
Hey, I posted a picture. If anybody wants to see it and tell me they wouldn't jump his bones, you're more than welcome to it. It was a damn good picture.
Does he look like K Diggs?
No, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it to myself.
She'll be like, well, we know where everyone's gonna be for at least a little while. We can sneak off.
He smiles, he looks at you, and he goes, "Are you sure?"
I'm sorry, Colton was yelling at me. Say that again.
He goes, he puts his hand on yours and he goes, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
You can't see it, but I'm shaking my head at you right now.
Hold on, I got a math.
I got a math.
14.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
So, your past husband takes you to a place. He pays for a room. He romances you with tons, like, you don't know where he's getting the money from, but he seems to be taking this gold pieces and, like, flicking it as they turn to ash. But the gold coins are way more elaborate than you've ever seen. You're gifted with a full band of people playing several different harps. He dances with you. It's romantic. It's beautiful. The wine tastes like it's literally from a plane of existence that wine was destined to be from. The people who serve you say this is from the Feywild, as the grapes explode with flavor in a way that you've never seen. You're so happy, and you're so happy to be with him. And it's almost like lights dance. When the band leaves and everything else, he has a bath drawn for you, and you feel inexplicably drawn to it. It's a beautiful night, and that's where Zalaria spends the time.
She doesn't see that he's fucking playing her like a goddamn fiddle. Sorry, out of character.
Out of character, he's a devil, and he's the worst thing in the world. She also cheated on Elazio. We need to put
You know
like,
what
a
I mean?
bookmark.
She's I'm gonna go back to my ex toxic. That's what she is.
No, we need to put a bookmark and like when you YouTube this, Mandy, be like, Zalaria is a cheating bitch. Just like right here is where you need to put that. But also not because he's your first husband. But like in the end, that was bad. You're a terrible person.
The divorce paper's signed.
He is so fucking running game on you right now.
Oh, this
She
is just the
poking it.
worst.
Like, out of
This is the
character.
worst.
I know it's a terrible idea, but it's in character for her.
Also, you failing it.
For her to cheat on her boyfriend.
Yeah, at this point, also, you failing at save means that he has control of you for 24 hours.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
So,
Damn.
it's gonna be some
Yeah.
BDSM going on.
yes, Jonathan, I'm pretty sure it's going to get all kinds of weird. Yay, we're gamers. So,
Jonathan,
Josh and Jonathan, you
open
guys
that
want to play?
Snapchat I just sent you.
As
Okay.
you get, I don't even want to know. So
No,
Josh
you
and
don't.
Jonathan, you guys want to go play blackjack? You notice that blackjack is not a game here, but there's a guy who looks at you and he goes, "Hey, you guys up for gambling?
What's the game?
10 gold piece buy-in. You pick a number. If you guess the number, you get your money back. If there's 2 of the dice that come up the same number, you get twice your money back. And if there's 3 of the same, you get 3 times back. You in, buddy?
Wait, hold
You
on.
in?
Are you trying to gamble Farkle on me right now?
It's not fucking Farkle, motherfucker. He says you guess and you have a D6, 10 gold piece buy-in.
I ain't playing that game. You want to learn you want to learn a game? I'll show you how to play blackjack.
You try to teach him, but he seems
10
conflicted.
10 buy-in.
He goes, nah, no, I run this game. You guys in? Anybody spending?
Nope.
Nah.
Josh?
No. Hard pass, bruv.
Okay.
Is there a
So
way
you
I can cheat at this?
There's always a way to cheat. The next game you guys come across is basically like darts, but it's with a dagger that gets thrown against the wall.
Oh,
Does
dope.
anybody? You're gonna participate in that?
I'm in for that. I'm in for that.
Jonathan, Mickey sees that, and you see that. Are you interested?
No.
Okay. There is an animal race. It looks to be the set of. They're called astral chickens. They're not chickens at all. They're this sightless beast creature with 2 legs, and they're running a race. Do you want to
He's not
participate
into
in that?
He's not into the ponies.
Okay. So you're not into that.
I need.
There is one game that looks like it's incredibly interesting. It is basically a side bet that people are having where they're getting employees to flirt with people to see who they can get hooked to spend stupid amounts of money on another gambling game and lose.
Okay,
It's a
I
side
bet. I bet that they can get Zalaria.
Zalaria's already gone.
That's just a joke. No, those odds don't seem fair to me. No, I don't want to play that neither.
Okay. So
he likes blackjack or nothing because at that point it's
blackjack or nothing. You said
blackjack or nothing. That's what I'm into.
Okay.
Unless you got like I don't know, craps. You got craps.
They do have craps.
Craps.
They have craps and roulette. Do you want to play either one of those?
I play roulette.
Okay. You want to play roulette?
Yeah.
Okay. Before we get to
It's kinda like,
Josh,
what's that?
Jonathan, roll me a d20.
Cool.
The next roll I make is going to be the same thing. It's 10 gold buy-in. Lose 10 gold. Tell me what you get.
Roll a d20.
Rolling. It's 13 this time.
It's 13 this time.
I got 8. You lose. You gonna put in more?
Nope.
Okay. Any other game you're gonna play?
No.
You want to run blackjack?
What?
You want to run blackjack? You said.
You said there wasn't blackjack.
It's the hardest thing to have dice for. But essentially, you're looking for a similar game to 21.
Yeah, similar game.
Okay, it's a very similar game, but
closest to 21 kind of deal, you know.
it goes to 20. So roll me a d20. 10 gold buy-in.
Roll me a d20.
Okay, 17.
17.
You got a 17. Dealer gets a 5. You win. You have 10 more gold pieces than you had.
So I walk away with my 10 and their 10. Nice.
You're gonna stop playing?
No, I'm gonna. No, I was just me calculating my head. So I put their 10 back in and additional 20.
Blaze in there. Come on now. Don't you want to play again?
Roll me a d20.
Rolling. 17 this time.
You heard her.
All right, you gain another 10 gold. You gonna play again?
Because I bet. Hold on. I bet their 10. I bet their 10 that I just won, and then I bet 20 on top of that. I bet 30 total.
Yeah.
There's no way I won just 10.
No, it's double every time.
That's what I'm saying. If I bet 30, when I get the 30 back, they'd have to match my bet. Yeah.
Yeah, 60. You want to do it again?
Okay. Yes, I'm playing again. I'm on a fucking roll.
Okay.
I throw 60 in.
Okay.
Roll me a d20.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Bitch, roll me.
God damn it, bitch.
Roll
Sorry,
me a
I'm still not
d20.
sure about
Oh,
that.
you fucking god.
You
Roll
have
me a
fucking
d20.
dice.
It's
No, I don't. It's 4. Fuck. Alright, I lost.
You
I walk
still
away.
no. You beat Jonathan. You beat a 3.
Okay.
The dealer says, "Okay, it's double or nothing. You ready? You now
Okay.
roll two. You now roll a d20. He rolls 2d20. It's double bet. How
Okay.
much do you bet?
Let's see,
But
what
you
did
get 3 times payout if you win.
So I got what? I got 120 now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm betting but I'm betting 240.
Okay, bet
That's
240 gold. He rolls 2 dice. You roll 1. If you win,
Uh-huh.
you get 3 times that amount. Are you ready?
Fucking A. Yup.
Go.
Roll me a d20.
rolling. 18 this
17.
time.
18 this time.
You fucking win. I got a 17 high.
Oh my god, I like the casino.
Good job.
Alright, I take my win and so I'm out of here.
All right, Josh, you said that you want to go ahead and play roulette, or did you want to go ahead and play the 3 dice game?
He
I
was
want
wanting
to play the dart
dagger.
game.
Oh, go ahead and make me an attack roll. 15 gold pieces paying.
Would I use my dagger's hit die?
No, you'd use a regular dagger, so no magic daggers or anything like that. It'd be proficiency bonus and dexterity bonus as a rule. Also,
Is it
I'm sad.
proficiency and dexterity?
Yep,
Why are you sad?
because I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
Aw, sad. Well, my 4 beat that.
Basically, it's he goes to throw the knife, and when he lets it go, or the knife, and when he lets it go, it like flips in the air and lands in the ground. You throw yours, and you're also an equally bad shot, but it also lands in the ground, but it's still further away and closer to the dartboard than him. So he looks at
Oh,
you
I didn't
funny.
realize that's how we were doing that. Okay.
So the Dragonborn, he's an incredibly skinny blue Dragonborn. He goes, again. He'll double or
Wanna play
nothing.
again?
20 buy-in.
Hell yeah.
Make an attack
Yeah,
roll.
I'll
Same situation. Boom, bitch. What'd you get?
Still configuring it.
Waiting on Josh Dice. Waiting on Josh Dice.
That's a 27.
Motherfucker. Double your money. He throws it and he hits the board and he hits it real dead center. You throw it and it knocks his knife out of the way. You're still hitting center.
I look over and I wink at him.
He sits there and he has 3 eyes and his third eye like growls, like gets all squinty. So we have what's he goes, all right, I'll do it again, but triple or nothing. Deal?
Deal.
Okay, so 30 gold in the pot. Make a roll.
That's a 19.
Fuck you. Gain 3 times that back.
What do you get?
90 gold pieces. Not bad. Aw, it's a picture. Okay, so Egada, as you get the people like lined up for you,
Mhm.
people seem to the strippers, the gamblers, they seem to find peace amongst you. And some of them open their eyes and they're like, "Who do you follow again?"
Bahamut, the dragon god.
They look down and they go, "I'm not a dragon. I don't have any blood of the dragon. Why would your god care about me?"
Why would you think that matters?
Because what connection does your god have to me? I'm just a human. I'm capable of human flaws.
You think dragons are not capable of flaw?
No, they're perfect, aren't they?
Where would you get that notion from?
Well, the superior beings are the first that Silva had ever birthed Lucentarius. They're the perfect first creation that ever came to be.
You think the first creation would be perfect? In my experience, it's the last.
Roll me persuasion with advantage.
It's a 22.
One of the stripper slash hookers walks up to you and she says, "I have made 700 gold tonight. I will gladly devote that to your church."
There is no need. No need at all. You keep what you've earned.
She looks at you. "Does that wash me of the sins of my job?"
Your sins? There is no sin. There is only a different path.
They look at you confused. And she says, "I've never had anybody speak to me with such a simple and honest and non-judgmental demeanor. Where do I learn more about you and your kind?"
Out of character, would you say I have extra wooden holy symbols?
Of course.
Okay, can I give her one of those?
As you wish.
So I give her a wooden holy symbol of my god.
She takes a look at it.
Would you allow me to pour some of my own divine magic into it to turn it into a compass in the same way I was used as a compass to lead her back to the temple wherever Zalaria came and picked me up?
Do you have any spells that would supplicate that in any way, shape, or form?
Let's see. I have. I have bless.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and expend a usage of bless.
Mm-hmm.
And that will give her enough of a spin on this to be a divine compass. I will buy that.
Awesome.
So when you do, describe how it reacts.
I place the symbol in her hand, and then I put my hand on top of it, and my other hand below hers. And so I'm clasping her hand in the holy symbol, and I pour the spell into it, and light will shine out from between my hands. And then as I take my hand away, you'll see light inside the wood, like in between the wood grain, it's shining. And then it'll slowly fade to where it looks like a normal wooden symbol again. And I say, this will lead you where you need to go to learn more.
She looks at it and she closes her eyes and she's like, "It's like I understand where it is." She says, "In the astral plane, us traveling is very much intention." And she goes, "How could I ever thank you?"
There is no need. Thank me by walking the path that you think is most worthy.
She says that, and the other Githyanki, the Githyanki will like stand up and like touch your shoulder and give her the look, and they say, he knows the way. Embrace us with all your heart, for he is acting upon his heart and soul. And she seems overwhelmed. She starts crying, and she hugs you, and she says she will. She starts to walk off, and for a brief second, you see she speaks to a person. The person looks like a fire giant, a very large individual in the corner, who then will slap her. And when he slaps her, he knocks her across the room. He stands up and starts walking towards her. Every footstep shakes the room.
I'll stand up and I'll stand in his path.
He stops and he looks at you. What do you want, little lizard?
I wish you wouldn't do such harm to such an innocent soul.
Soul? She has no soul. She's just a useless body to be spent.
If you continue to speak about her that way, then that is how you will end up.
He stops and he like lowers himself, and it's the giant like lowers to you. You notice his head is like the size of a small building. He goes, okay. I'm 90% sure that you could probably put up a fight for someone that's your size. If you care about her, I'll make you a deal. We place a bet. I win the bet. I can use her as I see fit. You win the bet. I let her go.
I am not a gambling person.
Well, that's
What
a
kind
shame.
of bet do you propose?
He points over towards the 3 dice ante, and he goes, 3 dice ante. First person to win. Put your gold in to pay the person, or to pay the dealer. He's his first person to win, be it you or me. She goes with you. But it's 100 gold buy-in. If not, then you fuck off, and I will abuse her as I see fit, because she's not worth the money the flesh she's printed on. And now we get more money out of her if I resurrect her from the end. Oh no, you all froze. I probably froze.
Yeah, Zach, you're frozen.
There you go.
Pay your internet bill.
Okay. So yeah, what is that going to do?
I want to cast command.
Ooh, ballsy motherfucker, aren't you, Landon?
My command is forfeit.
Okay. Fuck
You have a DC 15 wisdom save.
Okay, so you tell him to forfeit. I rolled a 2. You saw the dice. You command him to forfeit. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Command means that when the spell is over, he knows you did it, right?
Yeah.
That's the only caveat.
Hold on.
Yeah, read it.
It doesn't say.
Okay. No, that's fine. I thought command did. So, okay. So you command him.
You speak a one-word command to a creature you can see within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it. Some typical commands and their effects follow. You might issue a command other than one described here. If you do so, the GM determines how the target behaves. If the target can't follow your command, the spell ends. And then it just gives a few example commands and then says at higher levels, etc., etc. So it
Okay,
doesn't say
so-
anything about when it ends.
Done deal. Landon, pick a number on 1 through 6.
5.
Dope number.
6, you said?
5. You said 5.
5.
Yeah.
Okay. You actually win your money back. And he sits there, and the minute the dice get left, and they're bone dice, you don't know what bones are made from, but as they like fly through the air, he goes, I quit, and then it lands. You get your money back, you're even. He loses his gold, and he loses the woman. She runs over and she immediately hugs you and kisses you on the cheek.
I'll motion her to stop, because that's not really my thing. And say, go with your freedom and with peace in your heart.
She sits there and she looks at you and she goes, hold on 1 second, but let's, and she like hooks her arm under your shoulder and walks away from the giant who's like, I forfeit. What do you mean I lost money? What do you mean I lost her? And he looks confused. And as he's sitting there in that confusion, she walks you away. She looks at you and she goes, can I have a scale from you? I need something to remember the person who saved my life. My soul. May I have a scale? Something. Anything.
An odd request, but sure.
She takes it and she holds it and she kisses it. And she says, thank you. And she'll work towards attaching it to like this holy symbol you gave her. And she will walk off like she's going to book a flight.
All right.
Egada, at this moment, as you look back at the fire giant who's sitting there like, I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense. I lost everything. And the guy's like, yeah, and he's like, and he's like, nope, you lost everything. He's like, and he looks all sad, like, and you look over at her as she's going and chartering a flight. So the rest of you, any more gambling going on?
Not for me.
I think we all came in on top, right?
Pretty much, you guys have rolled amazingly for the gambling.
Shit.
Omega, there is a moment where you find Dindo is indisposed, and you are able to creep up on him. What do?
I wish stealth.
Okay, go ahead and make me a stealth check. And don't roll shitty like you've been doing. Well, I rolled shitty, so you're fine.
You do have inspiration, Josh.
I do, but I don't think I need it because I got a 17 on top of my 8 stealth.
Nice.
Isn't he home?
25.
He's not home yet. $25. You win.
25.
You're able to sneak up on him just fine. So what do you want to do?
You buy that I'd have shackles on me because I'm a bounty hunter, right?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm with it.
So you creep on up and you like snap shackles on him?
Yes. I would also
The
like to
minute
try
they-
to knock him out if I could.
Okay, make me an attack roll. You have him dead to rights. Let's start with that. So you have him dead to rights. Describe how you explain dead to rights.
I guess I would be right behind him with a dagger pointed in his back.
He stops. He lifts his hands. You snap them in manacles. And he goes, so, you think you have what it takes to take me?
Yeah, I think I do. And can I hit him in the head, try to knock him out?
You can. You have to beat me in initiative, though.
Okay.
I got a goddamn 8.
That is a 13 plus 9 for an. And that's rolling once. That's not even with my advantage.
No, that's
on
fine.
it.
So you get it. You like bump him in the head. It drops him to 0. He's knocked out. You have him locked up. What are you gonna do?
I want to bring him back to the ship because everyone's not there anymore.
The first mate looks at you as you're dragging him on the ship, and he goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Release the captain. What are you doing?"
I would like to persuade him.
Make me a persuasion or a diplomacy check.
Persuasion. That's a 15.
He looks at you. What are you getting at, son?
Well, he's a wanted man.
He goes, "Aye, he is, but he's done us right. You've been able to take him, but you honestly think you can have sway over the rest of us?"
Well, I mean, you did. I've been on this ship for how long, and you haven't noticed me until recently.
I thought you were something that was used to heat toast. I agree. Despite that being the fact, you really think we're going to listen to you and betray him after all he's done for us?
Well, you really got me in a pickle here, man.
He nods.
What do you say? A little gold help with this.
How about this? You can let him go, or the rest of the crew can tear you to pieces.
Well, fine.
You let him go, or you try to fight the crew?
Well, considering it's a whole fucking crew, I don't think I can take them all out. Guess I'm gonna let him go.
You let him go. He stops and he turns to you and goes, "The money, is that the real worry? Or is it your reputation you worry about?"
Well, I don't even know what to do here.
He's
Anytime,
basically
anytime.
asking you, do you care about your money or your reputation?
I mean,
Yes.
the money. I don't really care about my reputation.
He nods to you. He claps you on the shoulder now that you've unlocked him, and he goes, "Come on, let us retreat. Let us go back into the betting pool. Into this casino."
All right. This
He
is not
says-
how I saw my day going.
He says, "You bet." He says, "What was my bounty?"
6,000 gold.
He nods. He goes up and he gets 6,000 gold pieces in coins, and he hands it to you, and he goes, "Oh, we paid."
Yeah, I think this is good.
"We have a deal then."
Yeah,
And he-
we do. We're good.
He clasps your hand, and he looks at you, and he goes, "I know you're kind." He goes, "Don't ever believe you don't have a soul."
Oh, trust me, I don't think I do.
It's a shame. And he'll walk off. "Our debt's paid. You work for the crew now." So as you guys are all sitting there in this gambling establishment, there is a bunch of alarms that go off. And they announce that there is a grand prize. They say if anybody wants to bet, they're more than welcome to. And if they do, they get one of two rare options. Either the very true name of a devil. The true name of a devil is a very powerful thing. Or a great magic item of which none has been seen in 2,000 years.
On Jaha?
It is 200 gold pieces buy-in. Is anybody doing it?
Yes.
Yeah, Turth is.
Okay. Turth, Omega, who else? I mean, Zalaria's getting bones, so it's not her.
Cheater.
Cheater! Fucking disgusting cheater.
Haley will be like, this is the most money I've like ever had, so she'll buy in as well.
You'll buy in as well?
I keep my winnings.
You're not gonna spend anything, Jonathan?
Fuck no. I'm on top right
Not a gambling man.
I'm on top right now. I just know when to walk away. Gotta know when to hold 'em. Know when to hold 'em.
Okay, so we have Omega. We have who else? I'm sorry. Omega, Turth, not Mickey, Egida,
No.
and Haley.
Yes.
All right, 3 people. Do me a favor, Terry. Roll a D100.
Percentage.
$99.
What?
99.
Okay, you get to pick between the true name of a devil or the talisman of ultimate evil. What do you pick?
Oh.
I mean, I would choose the talisman because I don't want the name of a devil on me.
Okay. Yeah. So somebody sits there, and as they're like all the gambling stops, a new gambling tables get brought forward. They say, you see, it's a creature kind of slug-like in appearance, but he speaks with a beautiful voice, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, for your gambling arrangements, for your pleasure, for those who are willing to bet soul versus dice, if you wish, you may have to do with this wonderful artifact." And he holds a book before you. It is a beautiful, wonderful book. It is so goddamn evil. Just looking at it hurts. It is human flesh, but more than that, it is actual humanoid souls are made to bind the book. It hurts to look at. And he says, "From the 9 hells, I have this book," and it levitates before his slug-like hand. His 3-pronged hand. And he goes, "Those wishing to bid in, please. A game of 21. Or a game of 20, I'm sorry. Fuck you, Jonathan. So, you guys spend your gold. You ready to buy in? Roll a d20.
Does this book look like it's like a... Haley, does it look like it might have some magical spells or something in it? It's obviously magical.
It's the most magical book you've ever seen. You look at it and you're like, this has answers to so much. It may come at cost, but the answers therein may be great.
Haley will buy in.
Okay.
Turth already bought in.
All right.
Something
Go ahead. Everybody who buys in, roll me a d20.
It's 200, you said?
Mm-hmm.
I guess. 4.
Oh, I thought
Any
I
specific-
got the talisman. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you talisman.
Oh, I ain't worried about buying in on the book. Never mind.
What?
But Josh,
You see me? Yeah. Make one of those bags.
What'd you get, everybody?
I got an 18.
There's a few pieces on top of the on the stove.
Anyone else? A 17, an 18. I have one more better if I'm remembering correctly.
No, Terry
Great,
decided he
very
didn't want
nice.
to.
Okay. Nobody matched my number, which was 13.
Mine was great value, the one that I had.
Match it.
That was good.
It was good.
Okay. Terry, roll me a D100 again. Say, okay, for 200 gold pieces brought forth from the Nine Hells itself, a treasure of great beauty, which is Turf.
Cats and
80,
T'Challa.
80 even.
80 even.
Yes, sir.
The cubic gate. Who wants to gamble upon that?
The what?
Cubic gate.
Hello, what you want?
200 gold buy-in.
You're gonna want?
I don't understand what it is.
It is a cubic gate. You know it to be. Make me an Arcana roll, Amanda.
Seven.
Ball, cubic fours. It's 3 across and palatable. 6 sides. Gesundheit. You can use an action to press one side of the cube to cast any gate spell within it, opening the portal to a plane that that's keyed into the side. Alternatively, you use an action to press one side twice. You can cast a plane shift spell with a cube and transport the target to the plane of your directed side.
Brother, man.
Cubic gate. Does anyone wish to buy into the cubic gate?
So, like something that could potentially get us home quicker.
Get you home? Yeah, get you home quicker or shift something else somewhere they don't want to be.
Sure, I'll buy in.
All right, 200 gold. Anyone else?
Turth is gonna buy it because this is a Turth thing.
Mm-hmm. I figured. Buy in, 200. Anyone else? Going once? Twice? D20. I got a 13. Anyone match?
Yes.
Did you really match?
Yes, I did.
All right. Everyone else loses their money. Terry, add cubic gate to your magical items. It is fucking perfect for Bartholomew, and it pisses me off.
Goes along with your portable holes.
Exactly.
No shit. So go ahead and type in portable gate into your
Cubic gate.
D&D Beyond. Yeah,
Cubic gate.
it's disgusting.
Yeah.
All right. So that should pretty much take care of everybody gambling. Bartholomew wins. Haley gambles. Omega and Mickey also gambled. Egida had dealt with a few souls that needed saving. And we're definitely one. If anything can be said about him as a person, he saved somebody today. The camera will pan out and pan into a beautiful balcony of the back of a ship, where Zalaria and Jules are standing there. Jules has his shirt off and his hair's whipping in the wind over his horns as he looks over at her, and he says, "I swore to you once I would never let you go, and I never will." He looks her in the eyes, as his eyes are a ball of chaos.
She'll look into his eyes and she'll take his hand and she'll be like, "I never want you to let me go."
He sits there and he takes a deep breath and he says, No matter what it means, are you sure?
I'm positive. The one thing I wanted in life was to grow old with you, and I can actually have that now.
As he says that, his chest seems to burn with carving marks of a contract that go all through it. It looks like a pen, a quill, is actually burning and scarring into his skin, ripping it apart. And it signs at the bottom, Zelaria, and scribbles off. And then you sit there as his scars go to his chest. He sits there in the pain, and he opens his eyes and looks up at you. And you know what this will mean. That the devil's contract has been signed, and it will see 100% fit to the letter. And ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're going to end tonight's game.
So before we end, Tirth is no longer cursed by Julius, correct? Because remember, he went into it.
Oh no, yeah. Well, yes and no. If Zelaria and Jules are separated, it's your job to put them fucking back together.
I thought it was just that one time.
No, devils don't sign that kind of contract. They sign the contract. Yeah, if they're ever separated,
Damn.
it is your job to get them back together. They're together now, so you're off the hook. But if they get separated again, you have to fucking find one or the other and bring them to the other person. That was the contract you signed.
That I was forced to sign, pretty much.
You agreed to it. Yes, it's forced, but you also wholeheartedly agreed.
I was just making sure.
Yep.
Oh.
So, yep. Anything else anybody has to say or give or do?
It's been a good game, guys. Good night, and have fun quarantining, cucks.
Jonathan, remind me at the beginning of next game. I do have a little role playing I want to do with you with your familiar.
Okay.
I have it written down, but it's tough because like I want to engage everybody possible, but I definitely owe you that. Your familiar is going to have to train you, so let's bookmark that.
Train
And
you.
next game, he's going to have to talk to you. Okay?
All right.
Okay, legit.
Cool. We'll do it. All right. Night,
All right.
guys.
Have a good
Bye,
one.
bye.
Jonathan.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Mandy,
go ahead and plug your thing.
Okay. I was just like, wait, that wasn't a great outro. I am streaming at Madly Unique, and actually, tomorrow I am doing my birthday stream because I ended up feeling really crappy Saturday night. So,
Happy birthday!
yay, thank you. Doing a birthday stream. I am actually launching a Minecraft server. It is going to be modded. If anybody who is currently watching stream is interested in that, please. I think the Twitch calls it Whisper to us, and I'll kind of direct you where to go to get all the information and stuff like that. In my Madly Unique Discord server, I have more information on all that other stuff, but yes. Also, make sure you follow us on YouTube, because I do my best to post things as quickly as possible.
Legit.
And also follow us on Facebook.
Facebook, Diamonds and Dice. I usually post the stream so that we can follow it easier on here. It also has our YouTube page linked to it as well.
And art coming soon.
Yay.
Yeah, no shit. You give it to me, I will ditch the art I have on World Anvil. So,
I'm excited.
all right, guys.
Have a good night.